video. Take one, as my grandkids say, structural video. So this is probably going to put my both soakings together. This is the Journey Into Mystery. I forget the number. That's why I paused. So I got some roommate paper from Jerry the Jitterbug. And I'm not quite as good as editing and putting together these instructional videos on cleaning. But it did come out nice. I'm addicted to soaking now because this is my second one. This is Journey Into Mystery, number 97. So what is that? 15 appearances of Thor already. It came out great. I'll put pictures up. I don't need to show it here. But the part that is the hardest for me is the staple, putting them back. Last time I did some mistakes on the first one. I didn't press the innards flat. This one I did. So here they are. So we're going to put these staples on. Now I clean the staples. I put them in vinegar, and I wish I'd have took a picture of that because the vinegar got super rusty looking. So I just put some oil on them, some olive oil. Jerry says, but you want to make sure that you clean them enough before you put them in that there's no residue, because the olive oil will transfer and be sucked into the paper, and then you'll have a stain around the staples. What I want to do before I start this, maybe reinforce the staple holes with archival paper that will put this in the conserve category if nothing was detected with the cleaning. And I'm not sure, but the staple holes are not exactly perfect because of the age and wear. They've been torn a little bit. So I think I am going to do that. So I'm going to pause the camera. Okay, so I fought with this piece for about 20 minutes. Sometimes I can get them off quick, sometimes not. So I take this cut. This is archival tape. And it comes in a really thick roll. And then you score it around the edges. So before I peeled it, I took a razor and I made all these little cuts along the border, because the brain is programmed to see patterns. So if it doesn't see pattern, it's almost invisible. And that's how this archival tape will appear, because there's no straight lines to it. It should anyway, in theory. Shout out to my good friend Jerry the Jitterbug. I know you guys are sub to him, but you guys really have to try experimenting with those things that he teaches you, because you can do it, and that's the whole point of his channel, is to teach you how to do it yourself. It's pretty good. I don't think you can see it too well. It's on the top staple hole. I just put a piece of tape. Can you see it? Anyways, I'm going to pause this while I get the next one ready, because I don't want to bore you to death. Okay, I did get the second piece off a little bit quicker. Again, I scored it. I took this razor before I peeled it and cut little cuts around the sides. Now, these are decisions that you have to make before you do it. So I had to decide, what do I want to do with this book? I got it at a flea market. I paid relatively inexpensive price, probably like $20. And you can see it has holes in the cover, chipping and all that. So what am I going to do? If I planned on reselling this, if this was a resell, I may not put the archival tape on, because people, they don't want conserved books. But I decided this is for my PC. If I ever sell it, it's because somebody wants to buy it, but I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to do what I want with it. Now, with this, on the inside cover over the staple holes, it's considered a conserve, but also you're not going to see it when the book is put together. Not only is it going to be invisible right now, it'll be much more invisible when you put the book together. Because look at that. It's the second staple. Can you see the tape? You can't. Okay, so we're going to put this together now. I have to make a decision now. Am I going to reinforce a couple interior wraps with archival tape? Do I want to? No. Realistically, I think I'm going to have to, because the staples, now they were rusted. When I took them out, they're clean now. I had put them in vinegar overnight. I oiled them up, wiped the oil down a couple times, let it dry. Actually, scrubbed off the rust with my fingers after I got them out of the vinegar. So those are good to go. You can see here we have definite staple hole rust, and that makes that interior part of the page where the staple will cover very almost non-existent. It's probably going to poke right through it. So I'm probably going to have to do 1 or 2 wraps to keep the book to form. If I was retired and I had time, I would soak all of these pages. But for right now, we're just doing the cover, and now we're putting the staples in. Now, I'm not the best at this. I've been trying to hone my skill. You have to line the staples up in order for to be tight and undetected, and then put 1 wrap at a time. So I'm going to pause this as I get the staples in the holes, because that's going to be tedious and boring for you guys. So here we go. Okay, I didn't show you me putting staples in because it would be boring and it's very frustrating. I am trying to learn so hard, and I don't know how Jerry does this. I know Roger's done it before. Bubs has done it. Getting those staples to match the holes without tearing the cover is pretty tough. So I got them in, as you can see. So we're going to go with the first wrap now. And like I said, I think I'm going to have to archival a couple of these wraps. But they'll be easier to put on because their holes are rusted. But if you don't, I feel if I don't archival tape a few wraps, that the cover, it'll be just too loose and it'll start to rip more. Okay, here we go. I got to turn this around. So both staples are coming through the back cover over the spine. And while you weren't looking, I archivaled 3 spots in the spine and then the edges of the spine, because when I went to turn it or to fold it, it was just so fragile, I'm afraid that it wouldn't be readable. I don't know how to do this where I can get this on camera, because for me this is a difficult task. Pull this out more. So you got to get those staples on there. And Jerry said, we'll do it. I pressed them flat, but I just don't know, people. I'm going to pause this because I feel like it's going to be too boring. I'm on the 3rd wrap now. It's getting a little easier. Interior pages are a little bit better than I anticipated, but it's the centerfold that looks rusted through. This can be not fun because it gets to be a little difficult, requiring a bit of skill, patience. Like my friend Jerry says, you gotta have patience. That's one of my things I need to work on. See, because you'll get it in and it'll come out. It gets shifted. Come on now, baby. I told you it gets boring, guys. If I show us, I'll throw in a little music for you. The experts make it look easy. I don't know what it is about this. That looks better. Come on, baby. So it's a couple more pages of that. You don't want to see all that. Okay, guys, I got all the wraps on except for the last one, which I think I'm going to archival tape. You can see where the staples are rusted, transferred over to the other side, making this very weak. And just to make this book more than readable once, I'm going to put that in there. It'd probably be a little bit noticeable, but like I said, this is going to be a reader copy, and it's going to stay in my PC. So for those reasons, I'm going to archival this right here. So stay with me. Okay, so I'm archivaling the staple holes on the back side of the wrap. So when you put it together, you will not see archival tape. I'm trying to get this set straight. All right, because on this side it's much more noticeable. You can see against the yellow it's more noticeable, but when we put it on the wrap, you won't see it. So let's do it. Now the trick is punching the holes in the correct place. There's a lot here to line up. All the defects, the chips. So I know where the staples are going to go. Okay, ladies and gents, we got our staples in. We are going to bend them back now. So hold on to one side and press it over. And I don't like where that went. My wife gave me this cool tool. She gets like these credits or something at a teacher store or something. She can go in there and get whatever she wants. All right. One staple down. Number two, and I have a magazine stapler that I bought off Amazon years ago. And we'll tighten these up to look factory pressed staples. And then we'll see what it looks like when we're done. So here's that stapler right here. They're not very, they're very inexpensive. Well, I bought mine a long time ago. So let's see if I did. I don't even know if I did a good job lining it up. I should have checked, but oh well. You win. I mean, you learn. Oh shit! I put staples back in it. No! I took them out. I put them back in. Nighttiger screwed up big time. Oh shit! He's on camera. Hold on. All right, I guess this is going to be the theme of this video. Epic screw up. I usually keep this empty so that I can use it for conserve projects that I've been doing. And I put the staples back in, but not only did I put a new staple in here, I was trying to press the staple that was already here. So I stapled right into that staple. And The only way to get that new one out was to damage the back cover. So put a little hole there where the staple goes. I'm glad I reinforced it with the archival. That helps save it. It's still attached. Barely, but it is. So here we go. We're going to fold this over and show you the clean and the conserve. So it's readable. It's cleaner. It looks much nicer than it did. So you can see, I think we did a good job. Even though we had the epic screw up, people like to see that. That's like the crash at the drag races or at the NASCAR races. But Nighttiger, maybe I'll put this up. I don't know when, but I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely am addicted to soaking covers, and my motto is, there's a soaker born every minute. All right, appreciate you guys.